want you to meet somebody. I want you to meet June.
Hi, June.
Hi.
We're locked down together, Mom.
We're so conditioned to achieve things and to find the perfect mate. And then the world shuts down. The only thing that matters are essential workers, and I'm not essential.
All right, but people are gonna judge you no matter what, so you might as well do what you want in life.
It's nice to talk. John.
June.
You might actually make a friend in the middle of this. What other person can say that? Like, we're all feeling like one big emotional wound, and
How long do you think this is gonna last?
Katie, Jim, good morning.
What's up, man?
Oh man,
Your
thank you both.
backdrop. Look at that backdrop.
Thank you so much. Katie, I love this film. What a great love story. And it's funny because we're seeing movies coming out now about the pandemic and the effects that it had on families and friends. But Alone Together is a love story, and I love that. That's what we're seeing right now, and the relationships and friendships that happen between people. So, was that an inspiration for you during the pandemic?
Yeah, I feel like the pandemic, it was a collective experience, and I feel that for me personally, in the beginning of lockdown, I revisited a lot of movies that I had seen growing up. Manhattan, Annie Hall, When Harry Met Sally, and those inspired me for this film.
And Jim, Alone Together takes place at the start of the pandemic, which it really conveys the uncertainty of the future and the isolation as well. I mean, everybody went through that same experience.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think they have no idea what's ahead of them, and that's why it's kind of interesting to watch it, because we know what's ahead of them because we've literally just sort of been through it. It's just odd and interesting that the film already has a sort of nostalgia to it. So soon after it being made, and people have these sort of moments of watching it and remembering that time and remembering all these little nuances of things that sort of are very specific to that time.
And Katie, you were saying you were revisiting films during the pandemic for your inspiration for this film. As a writer and director of Alone Together, it reminded me of The Goodbye Girl. So with Richard Dreyfuss,
Yeah.
Well, you determined to make this a New York story because New York, either in Manhattan or upstate, it's always the perfect setting for a love story.
It is. I also, because I decided to have it take place during lockdown, and I had been here for the beginning, and then I was going back and forth between upstate and here. I felt like I wanted New York to be very present, a love story to New York, because it was hit so hard. And I experienced the pans, everyone doing the pans at 7:00. I saw the tents in Central Park. So it was like, those were really important and important moments to the city. And so I wanted to include that. That's why I wanted it to be in New York. It just felt like if it's a pandemic, so much of the pandemic was New York.
It's funny. I love that line, Jim, where, during the pandemic, I lived at McDonald's, and that's how it was open, So I lived at McDonald's. And then, of course, when I went shopping, with the people all masked up and crazy, I bought ravioli and SpaghettiOs too, just like, it is not what I remembered as a child. So when I did the exact same thing, trying to be nostalgic.
No matter what you do to it. Yeah. Even if you try to spice it up.
It was terrible. So do you guys really eat SpaghettiOs? Because I only had one bite and I couldn't do it.
But his concoction was really good. You did a good job. If you add the olive oil and salt.
Olive oil, Parmesan cheese.
Mm-hmm.
All the way. But salt and pepper. I eat a lot of food like that. I kind of love food like that. Especially now I have a baby. I kind of continually eat food that's sort of for children.
You know, I love the line that June isn't an essential worker. She's a food critic. And Katie, as a film critic of 25 years, I could totally relate to that because all movie theaters shut down, you know? So, I mean, I totally understand that. I felt in that line, she goes, I'm not essential. And that's what I thought too. Oh my gosh, what I do is not essential.
Yeah, I had those conversations with friends. And especially when it was like, are we ever going to come back? Or is the world ever like, it seemed, everything seemed impossible. Yeah.
Well, congratulations on a great love story. And Jim, come back to Vegas soon because we spoke once at the 21 junket at Red Rock. So
Did we? Oh, a long time ago, man.
Yes. So
I would
Las
love
Vegas.
to come back. I would love to. I haven't been back since the movie, so I'd love to come back.
We'll see you soon. And Katie, thank you so much. Good luck with the film. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks, man.
you.